Most men are pathetically weak, surrendering their power with every limp handshake, every averted gaze, every hesitant word. Are you one of them? I'm asking you right now to look deep inside, beyond the excuses, beyond the rationalizations, and confront the raw, unfiltered truth. Do you feel that unshakable strength, that iron core of self-belief that radiates true power? Or do you feel something less? A nagging doubt, a quiet desperation, a pervasive sense of being swept along by the currents of life, rather than charting your own goddamn course? Don't flinch, don't turn away. This isn't about pleasantries, this is about a fundamental reckoning. We're not here to coddle, we're here to forge. We are here to forge you into something unbreakable. The concept I'm about to lay before you is dominion. Not dominion over others, not in some twisted, tyrannical sense. I'm talking about absolute, unwavering dominion over yourself. It is the rightful ownership of your life, your decisions, your destiny. It's the unshakable certainty that you are the captain of your soul, the master of your fate, and that no external force, no circumstance, no person can dictate your path unless you allow it. This isn't some abstract philosophy, some self-help fluff you'll forget by tomorrow. This is a blueprint for building an empire of self, brick by agonizing brick. We will start, as all empires must, with a foundation: self-improvement, a rigorous, relentless process of forging your physical body, your mental fortitude, and your very spirit into instruments of power. From there, we will explore how this inner strength translates to the external world. We will examine relationships, not as playgrounds of compromise, but as arenas where your strength and vision naturally command respect and influence. Finally, we will unveil the ultimate prize: life enhancement, a life lived on your terms, defined by your values and fueled by your unyielding will. This isn't about bullying, it's about becoming the undeniable master of your own fate. Today, we tear down the walls of mediocrity and build an empire of self-respect and control. Are you ready to claim what is rightfully yours? Self-improvement, the foundation of power. Let's be brutally honest. Most men are walking shells, shadows of what they could be. They shuffle through life, accepting scraps, apologizing for their very existence. That ends now. Self-improvement isn't some fluffy, new age concept, it's the bedrock upon which all power is built. It's the forge where you will hammer yourself into an unbreakable weapon. We're not talking about weekend yoga retreats. We're talking about a total, unrelenting transformation. Physical mastery. Your body is your first kingdom. Rule it with an iron fist. Forget this nonsense about dad bods and accepting mediocrity. Your physical form is the first, most visible manifestation of your inner state. A weak, flabby body screams weakness, indecision, and lack of control. We're building a temple of power, a physique that radiates strength and commands respect, even before you utter a single word. This demands a rigorous training regimen. We're not talking about half-hearted jogs on the treadmill. We're talking about pushing your limits, embracing the pain, and forging yourself in the fires of intense physical exertion. Think heavy compound lifts, deadlifts that test your very core, squats that build pillars of muscle, bench presses that sculpt a chest of armor. Think high-intensity interval training that leaves you gasping for air, burning fat, and revealing the steel beneath. Think martial arts, boxing, or any combat training. It teaches discipline, builds incredible core and cardio, and teaches you to conquer fear and dominate the space around you. The feeling is intoxicating. Imagine the raw, primal surge of power as you lift a weight you once thought impossible. Picture the heads turning as you walk into a room, your presence undeniable. This isn't vanity. It's about claiming your physical dominion, broadcasting to the world that you are a force to be reckoned with. Mental fortitude. A weak mind is a conquered nation. Physical strength is useless without an equally formidable mind. The world is a battlefield, constantly bombarding you with challenges, setbacks, and temptations. A weak mind crumbles under pressure, surrendering to doubt, fear, and negativity. You need to become a mental fortress, impenetrable to the assaults of the outside world. This requires relentless mental training. Meditation isn't just for monks, it's for warriors. It's about learning to control your thoughts, to quiet the incessant chatter of the mind, to find the stillness within the storm. Constant learning is non-negotiable. Devour books, consume knowledge, become a master of strategy and critical thinking. Don't just passively absorb information. Analyze it, dissect it, and make it your own. Sharpen your mind like a blade. Emotional control is paramount. Are you a slave to your emotions, tossed around by every fleeting feeling? Or are you the master of your inner landscape, able to navigate the turbulent waters of life with calm, unwavering resolve? Learn to recognize your emotional triggers, to understand their roots, and to consciously choose your response. Develop an unbreakable mindset, one that doesn't flinch in the face of adversity, that sees challenges as opportunities for growth, that remains steadfast in its pursuit of victory. Let me tell you about a time I faced utter professional ruin. A deal I had worked on for months, a deal that was supposed to be the cornerstone of my year, collapsed spectacularly. The pressure was immense, the voices of doubt deafening. But I refused to crumble. I went into my mental war room, analyzed the situation, identified the flaws in my strategy, and most importantly, I refused to let the fear of failure paralyze me. I doubled down, worked harder, smarter, and ultimately, I salvaged the situation, turning a near disaster into an even greater triumph. That's the power of mental fortitude, unwavering discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Most men rot on the shores of intention. Dreams are worthless without the discipline to make them a reality. How many men do you know who are full of grand plans, big ideas, but never actually do anything? They're stuck in the quagmire of procrastination, making excuses, waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Discipline is the antidote to this pathetic paralysis. Discipline is not a punishment, it's a liberation. It's the freedom from the tyranny of laziness, instant gratification, and self-doubt. It's the daily commitment to excellence, the relentless pursuit of your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. This means establishing ironclad habits. Wake up before the sun. Attack the day with a ferocity that leaves others in awe. No more hitting the snooze button, no more wasted hours scrolling through social media, no more succumbing to the siren song of comfort. Every action must be deliberate, every moment a step towards your ultimate objective. Think of the Spartan warriors, enduring brutal training, harsh conditions, and unimaginable hardships. They weren't born that way. They were forged through unwavering discipline. Think of the Navy SEALs, pushing their bodies and minds to the absolute limit, embracing the suck, and emerging as the most elite fighting force on the planet. That's the level of discipline you must cultivate. Imagine facing a financial crisis, a sudden job loss, or a health scare. The undisciplined man panics, crumbles, and seeks solace in distractions. The disciplined man, however, remains calm, assesses the situation, formulates a plan, and executes it with ruthless efficiency. He doesn't flinch, he doesn't falter, he adapts and overcomes. That's the power of unwavering discipline, conquering fear. Fear is the currency of failure, spend it wisely. Fear is the ultimate crippler. It's the insidious voice that whispers doubts in your ear, that tells you you're not good enough, that holds you back from seizing your full potential. Most men are slaves to their fears, living small, constricted lives, forever wondering, what if? You must become a master of fear, not by eliminating it, but by confronting it head-on and crushing it beneath your heel. This requires a systematic approach. Identify your fears, name them, and then systematically expose yourself to them. Afraid of public speaking? Join a Toastmasters club, force yourself to stand up and speak, even if your voice trembles and your knees shake. Afraid of approaching women? Start small, make eye contact, offer a genuine compliment, and gradually increase the level of interaction. afraid of taking risks in your career. Analyze the potential downsides, mitigate the risks, and then take the leap, trusting in your abilities and your preparation. The feeling of conquering fear is exhilarating. It's like breaking free from invisible chains, expanding your comfort zone, and realizing that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. Each time you face a fear and overcome it, you gain a surge of confidence, a sense of mastery that permeates every aspect of your life. Imagine the feeling of walking into a room, knowing that you have faced your demons and emerged victorious, that you are no longer bound by the limitations of your past. That's the power of conquering fear. Developing irresistible charisma. Charisma is not simply about being nice or well-liked. It's about becoming the strongest force in the space you're in. Develop a powerful, dominating style of communication. Don't just ask for what you want, take it. Forget the tired tropes of the nice guy. Charisma is about raw, untamed power. It's about projecting an aura of confidence, competence, and unwavering self-belief that draws people to you like moths to a flame. It's not about manipulation. It's about becoming the most compelling version of yourself, a leader that others instinctively follow. This starts with your communication style. Speak with conviction, with authority, with a voice that commands attention. Eliminate filler words, hesitant phrases, and any hint of apology in your tone. Make eye contact, hold their gaze, and let them know that you are fully present, fully engaged, and fully in control. Your body language must be congruent with your words. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, occupying space with confidence and purpose. Don't fidget, don't shrink, don't cower. Dominate the physical space around you. And most importantly, stop asking for permission. Stop seeking validation. Stop apologizing for your desires. Know what you want and take it. This doesn't mean being rude or aggressive. It means asserting your will with unwavering confidence, refusing to be denied, and making it clear that you are not to be trifled with. A charismatic man doesn't beg, he commands. He doesn't plead, he persuades. He doesn't hope, he expects. And he gets what he wants. Because that's simply the natural order of things when you are in charge. This isn't arrogance. It's the earned confidence of a man who has mastered himself and therefore is entitled to master the space around him. Commanding relationships and life enhancement, the fruits of dominion. The internal power you've so rigorously cultivated, the physical prowess, the mental steel, the unwavering discipline. This isn't meant to remain locked within. It's a force meant to reshape your external world, to bend reality to your will. This is where true dominion manifests, not in solitary confinement, but in the dynamic arena of human interaction and the relentless pursuit of a life lived on your terms. Relationships as arenas of influence. Never settle for equality. Strive for benevolent dictatorship. This isn't about tyranny, you understand. It's about recognizing a fundamental truth. Every relationship has a leader, a driving force. And who better to assume that mantle than the man who has mastered himself? Forget this poisonous modern notion of equality in all things. It's a recipe for stagnation, for a diluted existence where neither partner reaches their full potential. A strong man, a dominant man, leads by example. He inspires, he guides, he provides the unwavering structure within which a woman can truly flourish. Think of a ship at sea. Does it have two captains, each with equal say, constantly debating the course? No. It has one captain, experienced, decisive, responsible for the safety and destination of all aboard. He listens to his crew, values their input, but ultimately he decides. He leads. Provide a woman, your woman, a life of thrill, and she will provide you with the peace and respect that you deserve. For example, picture a couple planning a vacation. The weak man asks, "Where do you want to go, honey?" "Whatever makes you happy." The dominant man, however, says, "We're going to experience the raw, untamed beauty of the Alaskan wilderness. I've arranged everything. Prepare to be amazed." He doesn't dictate, he leads, and in doing so he creates an experience, a shared adventure that strengthens the bond far more than any wishy-washy compromise ever could. The magnetic power of confidence. Women are drawn to power like moths to a flame. Are you a flickering candle or a raging inferno? Let's be brutally honest. Weakness repels. Neediness, insecurity, the constant seeking of validation, these are the hallmarks of the beta male, the man forever relegated to the friend zone, or worse, a life of quiet desperation. True confidence, the kind forged in the fires of self-improvement, is an irresistible force. It radiates outward. It's in the way you stand, tall and grounded, shoulders back, chest out. It's in your voice, resonant and controlled, each word delivered with conviction. It's in your gaze, direct and unwavering, never flinching, never seeking approval. Imagine a man walking into a room. He doesn't scan the environment nervously, hopping to blend in. He owns the space. His presence is felt before he even speaks. Women notice. They're intrigued. They're drawn to the aura of power that surrounds him. This isn't about arrogance. It's about an unshakable belief in oneself, a knowledge that you are a man of value, a man to be reckoned with. It's the difference between begging for a scrap of attention and commanding it effortlessly. Think of James Bond not necessarily as a killer, but a symbol of seduction and unadulterated control. He doesn't beg, he takes, negotiating life from a position of strength. Life is a constant negotiation. Are you bargaining from weakness or demanding from strength? Every interaction, every deal, every challenge is a test of wills. The man who has mastered himself enters these negotiations from a position of unyielding power. He sets high standards, refusing to accept anything less than what he deserves. He doesn't compromise on his values, he imposes them. In his career, he doesn't plead for a promotion, he earns it through relentless dedication and undeniable results. In his finances, he doesn't passively accept debt, he aggressively conquers it, building wealth and security. In his social interactions, he doesn't seek validation, he commands respect. Consider a business deal. The weak man approaches timidly, offering concessions before they're even requested. The dominant man, however, lays out his terms clearly and confidently, prepared to walk away if they're not met. He understands that power lies in the ability to say no, in the willingness to lose the battle to win the war. This isn't about being ruthless or unethical. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less. Building a legacy of power. What mark will you leave on the world? Will it be a faint whisper or a thunderous roar? Dominion isn't about fleeting pleasures or short-term gains. It's about building something that endures, a legacy that echoes through time. It's about the impact you have on your family, your community, the world. Will you be remembered as a man who drifted through life, a victim of circumstance? Or will you be remembered as a force of nature, a man who shaped his destiny and left an indelible mark on those around him? Imagine a man, decades from now, surrounded by his family. His children are strong, confident, successful, imbued with the values he instilled in them. His wife looks at him with admiration and respect, knowing she chose a partner who led them to a life of fulfillment. He looks back on his life, not with regret, but with the profound satisfaction of knowing he lived fully, powerfully on his own terms. He built an empire, not of material possessions, but of character, influence, and unwavering self-respect. He died a man in every sense of the word. This is the legacy of dominion. Dominion over your environment. Why is the external reflection of your inner self so vitally important? Because it is the ultimate display of your mastery. How can you command respect without even saying a word? By cultivating an environment that reflects your strength and control. The home of a real man is a sanctuary and his personal temple. It is not a place of slovenly habits and disrepair. It is ordered, clean, and reflects his personality and power. This means taking ownership of your space, becoming a handyman. Learn to fix things. Learn to build things. Become self-sufficient. Don't rely on others to solve your problems. Become the ultimate problem solver. A leaky faucet. You fix it immediately. A broken chair, you repair it with skill and precision. A garden that needs tending, you cultivate it, bringing order and beauty to your surroundings. This isn't about mere chores, it's about demonstrating mastery over your immediate environment. It's a silent declaration that you are in control, that you are capable, that you are a man to be respected. When a woman enters your home, she should immediately sense this. She should feel safe, secure, and impressed by the tangible evidence of your dominion. It is a subliminal message, far more powerful than any boast or brag. It speaks volumes about the man you are without you uttering a single word. Your house must be your fortress. Most men are pathetically weak, surrendering their power with every limp handshake, every averted gaze, every hesitant word. I asked you before, are you one of them? And I'll ask you again, are you? Do you feel that weakness in your bones, that sickening sense of yielding? The good news is it doesn't have to be this way. You are not destined to be weak. Dominion is not some fantasy reserved for mythical heroes. It is within your grasp, a tangible reality waiting to be seized. This isn't some weekend seminar feel-good garbage. This is a complete restructuring of your existence. Throw away your self-help books. Erase those motivational quotes from your whiteboard. We're talking about a fundamental shift in your very being. This path of self-mastery I've laid before you, this brutal, unflinching journey of physical dominance, mental fortitude, iron discipline, and the annihilation of fear, the creation of irresistible charisma, the command of your own environment, this is not a suggestion, it's a demand. I'm demanding that you commit right here, right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. I demand that you look deep into the abyss of your own mediocrity and reject it with every fiber of your being. Seize control of your life. Stop drifting like a rudderless ship in a storm of circumstance. Become the captain. Become the storm. Embrace the unyielding principles of dominion that I've revealed to you and forge yourself into an unstoppable force. Forget about finding your inner peace. We are at war. A war against weakness, a war against complacency, a war against the forces that seek to diminish you. And in war, there is only victory or defeat. There is only dominion or subjugation. The choice, gentlemen, is brutally simple and utterly yours. Remain a slave to circumstance, pathetically tossed about by the whims of others, or rise right now as the undeniable master of your destiny. Claim your power, command your reality, become the god of your own life. Now.